Congresswoman Delia Ramirez is joining us live now to talk about, well, many things, including this. Congressman or woman, after the death of Renee Good, you and a growing list of Democrats are considering using a potential government shutdown to make some major changes at ICE. But Democrats, of course, still in the minority. What changes do some lawmakers want to make, and how might this be different from what happened last fall with that shutdown?
Dana, what's very clear and what you're seeing across the country is that every city where DHS shows up is invoking protest that's endangering public safety. They're an appropriations process until January 31st to fund the budget. There's an opportunity for us to use this moment to enact policies that brings accountability. No secret police means no more masks. They need a warrant to be able to actually arrest people. Some of these things are basic things that should be enforceable but are not. And what many of us are saying and taking position is we are not going to fund DHS for not one more dollar without seeing clear, credible policies and accountability.
Would this even have a chance, considering Dems are still in the minority, and your party held out in the fall to try to get medical insurance subsidies extended, and in the end nothing changed, and we just had a massively long shutdown?
Dana, I'm going to tell you, I'm hearing from colleagues of mine who I had not heard about specifically talking about what's happening. They are now getting calls nonstop, whether they're in New Orleans or they're in North Carolina or they're in Alabama, people, because it's not just what's happening with ICE. There are Republicans who right now are disgusted with how Kristi Noem is operating, even FEMA grants. This is a moment for us to ask, if we have an unqualified, incompetent, dangerous leader like Kristi Noem leading DHS, how do we give them one more dollar? I think that you're going to see more and more Democrats take this position with the Congressional Progressive Caucus. But the caucus, my caucus, just took that position, and we represent the 100 members of Congress. You
said you think I'll see more Democrats take that position. Did you mean Republicans?
No, I'm telling you, we have to make sure we get every single Democrat to take this position.
I see.
And I also know there's a number of Republicans who are disgusted with her. Maybe it's not directly because of ICE, because of FEMA, because of the Coast Guard, because of cybersecurity, that I think more and more people are asking questions. And even if we don't have enough of us at this moment, Democrats were able to hold the line for healthcare. We need accountability right now with what's happening with DHS.
Well, yesterday, switching gears a bit, President Trump threatened to deny federal funding to sanctuary cities and states beginning in just a couple of weeks, including, of course, Chicago in your district. The White House, I know, tried that last year. A federal judge struck it down. What are you prepared to do if the courts don't block it again?
Yeah, he's a tyrant. That's exactly who he is. Every single time that we attempt to defend the state of Illinois, constituents in Chicago, this is what he does. I think it's really important for us to be working with our statewide leaders and our city leaders, including our mayor, to really ask ourselves, if the federal government has been weaponized against its own people, what does that mean for the resources that we continue to spend over it? Dana, as you know, for every dollar that we get from the federal government, we send $6 in return. I think there's some real conversations about what ends up happening. And yes, there's going to be far more lawsuits than this one right now, because what this president is saying, if I, the dictator that attempts to be a dictator, doesn't get what he wants, I will take from the cities. The cities send far more to the federal government than we get back. And we need to start asking ourselves if we need to start holding our own money.
All right, Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, thank you so much, as always, for joining us. It'll be an interesting few weeks ahead for sure.